I guess like most people, I hadn't given much thought to Hurricane Ike. For me, it was that storm that came in during the elections as the financial system collapsed. It missed New Orleans and was downgraded to a Category 2. For the most part, the news coverage and the public focused on other things. But Ike devastated Southeast Texas. It was a storm the size of Texas and the third most destructive hurricane to ever hit the United States.
This storm has been basically the forgotten storm. The devastation and the damage has been so great, and it has been so widespread. Actually, Hurricane Ike goes down in history as one of the most expensive storms for Texas. And so they're coming home to absolutely nothing. The city itself is basically almost dead because all of the stores there were affected, the churches there were affected, and the homes and the schools there were all affected. And so they're really putting their lives back together.
It will be a struggle for many families to rebuild, and this has been compounded by the lack of financial support donated to disaster recovery efforts. Given the size and impact of Ike, the response pales in comparison to other storms. Within 1 year following Hurricane Katrina, the relief effort received approximately $24 million in support, while within that same period, Ike has garnered less than $300,000.
It seems very sad that the rest of the country, other Christians, aren't aware of the needs here. It's amazing that people back in Florida, when we say we're going into Galveston, well, that's a storm from last year. Many think it's a minor storm because the press wasn't there. The communication at a national level wasn't there.
One thing people need to know is that the damage from Hurricane Ike is far from over. They are still rebuilding their lives. They're still in desperate need of help. They're still in situations where their belongings are gone, their homes are mere shells, their streets and neighborhoods still stand empty. But they want to rebuild, they want to go back, and they're asking for our help, and I want us to be able to respond.
Presbyterian Disaster Assistance is working alongside the presbyteries affected by Ike to make a long-term commitment to these families and the long road of recovery ahead. As part of an interfaith network and collective response, PDA has assumed the role of providing hospitality and volunteer labor for housing construction. These construction projects have prioritized the elderly, disabled, uninsured, and underinsured.
What we're doing as part of PCUSA and PDA is providing the place for the workers to come and get the job done. And we are here for the long haul. After the attention of the media is gone, PDA is still around. And thank all of you who have given to support PDA through 1 Great Hour of Sharing. We wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for you.
I think that before I came on one of these trips, the Presbyterian Disaster Assistance and the 1 Great Hour of Sharing was just, you know, a pamphlet that they handed out in church. And since I went to New Orleans and had that experience, I really wanted to come here.
I think it is very important to know that this is a long-term process. We're at the front end of it.
While in Southeast Texas, we visited 2 villages that are hosting volunteers and are ready for more to come. Both the Texas City Village at First Presbyterian Church and Port Cities Village at Trinity Presbyterian have become vital parts of their community and a place for homeowners and volunteers to gather for prayer, meals, and fellowship.
Having a village here gets us looking outward again at the impact that one little church can have simply by hosting the village. Around here, we know that it's out of chaos hope. We think into hope through hospitality. And that was kind of our watchword as we were preparing for the village to come. I pray that as the people of God come here, people feel that it's holy ground, that God's presence is there. Through everybody who walks on the trails and gets ready to work in the morning or lays down at night. That becomes holy ground. And that as people go, that holy ground goes to the house that gets fixed here. And that touches someone else who gives somebody else hope.
We were overwhelmed by the empty houses in each neighborhood and the damage that remained. But we were also encouraged by the homeowners we met and their will to come home again.
I remember talking with Bea. We spent the week working at her house, and she said that her home for 40 years had become a house, another possession. And seeing all the sweat and the love and the involvement of so many people on her house, it's going to be a home again.
Well, when I first saw Hope was when I saw the first group come in. It's getting better all the time, getting better all the time. I was so surprised the last time that I came in. It looks wonderful. I told my sister, if God's willing and I get back home, we are going to have to get the family together. You know, we're all spread out. We haven't seen each other since this hurricane. It'll be a wonderful recovery for all of us. It's just a transformation from the old to the new. And I think there's going to be some new things for my life.
Through the assistance of PDA volunteers, Alicia has made the transformation from house to home in the last few months. Volunteers and members of the New Covenant Presbytery gathered to bless and dedicate her home.
It really brought together for me the continuum of the series of volunteers working towards the same goal. And the ones that started it were not the ones that saw the end of it. So there's a lot of faith that goes into that. The blessing is an important thing for the homeowner to be able to say, this has become my home again.
I've been through 3 major hurricanes, but the hardest thing of Ike was that my own home was destroyed. And, you know, that was one of the worst experiences that I've been through. It's not a nightmare anymore. So thank God for that. I sat down to watch TV and I felt like for the first time in more than 7 months, I'm beginning to feel like I'm at home. We used to always get together at my house for Thanksgiving or Christmas. And this past Christmas was the first Christmas that I did not have a home to tell my kids, you know, come and eat. This is going to be my home again when I start inviting my kids to come back for Thanksgiving dinner.
Donnie and Sissy Gardner and their 3 children are in the final stages of building their home. PDA has worked with the family to rebuild their home from the frame to where the house stands today.
One day, they brought the girls in to see their new pink room, and they just were awestruck by what they saw. And the little boy went into his blue room, and he just, like, you know, his arms open wide. This is my room. I was doing something in another room, but I could see through to the master bedroom, and Donnie and Sissy went in, and he took her hand, and they were looking all around the room, and then he just bent down and gave her a kiss. And you just knew that they just couldn't wait to get into this newly refurbished home.
The last day I was there, he was joyous. Broke out a watermelon and shared with everybody, and just wanted to hug and shake hands, and just a total turnaround from when we first were there.
At Presbyterian Disaster Assistance, we begin to realize it's not the national offices, it is the people who are taking ownership with this. It is the volunteers who are doing this work. But for the work that they have faithfully stepped out to do, none of this would happen. It is the work of the people in the lives of our churches who are responding and hearing God's call. And my hope and prayer is that our people in Presbyterian churches will respond, that congregations will say, I want to help financially with this. I want to help in prayer with this. I want to commit myself to go and volunteer with us and to be a part of the volunteer villages. That's my prayer, that we'll respond in faithfulness to when we hear God call here.
Every group that's come through have made a sign from their church, so I'm looking forward to see it get filled. You know, if more people will come, we'll make you feel like your family. We will look after you. We will take care of you. So y'all come on down.